those are the three things that turn me on. It's amazing. Love it. Billing is everything. If you can exceed your target, it's the best feeling in the world.
Right. Megan Pritchard, who is our royal hustler, she's going to be telling us about her life, where she's at, where she's going to. She's going to run for president, but most importantly, just her inspiration and what she's trying to put out there and the problem she's trying to solve in this world. Now, she is the Chief Operations Director at Ogilvy Namibia, the largest and most awarded network agency in the world. Megan started off as an intern at Ogilvy Namibia, an account executive, a brand manager, a business unit manager, Chief Operations Director, and now an Ogilvy Namibia shareholder. Wazala Masaka. Megan is a top biller at the agency. She made the top 15 for Miss Namibia, Western Cape. She is the office happy bill, as it were. She was the first to launch the first Jameson Connects in Namibia. If you know, you know. You better ask somebody. As well as the first ever long live bread in the Namibian market. She is a proud petty mom of two, Mufasa and Cadbury, and the 2022 Ogilvy Namibia Employee of the Year, Best Performer. Oh man, oh man, oh man. Megan, what do I say?
I don't know.
What do I say?
What are we saying, friend?
Man, such an accomplished woman, so much that you've done. And I can, with just the vibe and the energy that we get from you, clearly there's still a whole lot more that you are going to be doing.
Absolutely. Good morning, Mo. Thanks for having me.
It is such a pleasure having you on Sibon Mo this morning. Megan, let's take it back. Let's take it way back in the day. Tell us a bit about your childhood, man. How that was like. You know, were you a hair raiser? Were you a problem child? Or were you like such a sweet little girl? What shaped the woman that you're today?
Can we just go back to being kids? Like, I'm ready to go back to being a kid. Guys, this morning I was getting ready. I was putting on my makeup.
Right.
And my electricity tripped. Okay, now that is part of adulting.
Yeah.
I miss being a child. Childhood was so easy.
Right.
Your mom did everything for you. You were catered for. There was food in the fridge. Your laundry was done. Your life's really difficult. Anyway, so my childhood was definitely one for the books.
Right.
I was born in Cape Town and raised in Windhoek, Namibia. So I moved here when I was 3 years old. I went to Eros Primary School and then I moved up to Delta Secondary School. I do come from a divorced family, which taught me a lot, definitely. But I wouldn't have it any other way. Because of that, I was gifted with 2 moms, 2 dads, 2 extra brothers above the one I have, 4 whole sisters that drive me mad, but I love them. And it taught me my 3rd language, which is German. So very grateful for that. I wouldn't trade that for the world. I grew up in a loving home. We were big on family, big on, sentimental moments and family vacations. And I also grew up in a home that believed in me. I had parents that worked very hard, but I had a mom that worked very, very, very hard. And because of that, she made it possible for me to get to where I am today. So I'm very grateful for that. Shout out to my mom. I love her. She's listening right now.
Right.
And, my parents were very strict with us. We had a lot of rules, if please and thank you, good morning, good night, and how can I help wasn't in your vocab, you were going to hear about it, sugar. So we had a tough childhood. You had to, work for what you wanted. You had to take responsibility for your actions. So I think they were like that to mold us for the world out there today. Right. And over and above that, for me as a kid, I was quite a good child. I would like to believe.
Were you really?
I really was. I broke the news to my mom.
Right.
I think it was like 5 years ago. I told her, listen, fam, I went clubbing when I was 15, and you only knew about this 10 years later, and she was shocked. So I did break the rules. I had my moments, but I kept it undercover. Right. I was very good at. I'm a salesman, You've got to know what you're doing. And I've always done well. I completed my degree. I pushed hard at school. I was always on, the student council or chairman in college. I've done my fair share of beauty pageants. So, that was me.
So if I was to have a conversation with your mother today, she would agree? She would be like, she was sweet. Or she would be like, Diana, that one. Yeah.
I think because we're on radio, she'll keep it sweet.
She'll keep it sweet.
Yes.
Megan, tell me, when you were growing up, I'm pretty sure, we're all aspirational and growing up, and we see the world, and even the way that you were raised, it's so diverse. You're exposed to so much and so many people that are older than you and all that. what were some of your biggest dreams when you were growing up? What problem in the world were you looking at solving?
I just wanted to fix. I think, the older you get, you spend time getting to know yourself, and I think that is so beautiful. I am definitely a fixer. Like, if my second name wasn't my mom's name, it would be Megan Fixer Pritchard, right? I think back, like, you go to school, you're in grade 2, you have career day, and everyone goes there and they dress up, and you need to tell the world what you want to be when you grow up, and everyone's like, I'm going to fly to the moon, I'm going to be an astronaut, I'm going to, be a surgeon. I just wanted to be, and you're going to laugh now.
I will not, I promise.
It's very uninspiring. I just wanted to be a mom, right? And I never understood that. And I never understood that. And the older I got, I started unpacking that, right? So look at what a mom does. Like, she's a nurturer, she's a fixer. She teaches you everything. She gets you ready for the world out there. I find that so amazing. So if you look at what I am at home, what I am at work, what I want to be one day, I am that, a nurturer and a fixer. And also, mothers, that should be the highest
paying job in the world,
Like, guys,
I totally agree. I mean,
have you seen what these mothers do? I'm not even a mother yet. Like, I don't know how they do it. I don't know if I'm ready.
I mean, I think a lot about. I always want to be. I always say I want to be a stay-home dad of 7 children. So I completely understand. You mentioned that wanting to be a mother and how you unpack that. How do you translate that to your team right now at Ogilvy? What lessons do you carry through, if at all?
Yes. I would like to believe that I carry a lot of lessons through, and I think what I have to hold on to is my experience in the last 8 years. So when I started off at Ogilvy, it was good, it was fun, but it was also very hard and challenging. So I am definitely the safe space in the office. So everyone unpacks on me, they come to me for advice. If they get themselves into trouble, I'll be the one to get them out of trouble, but it will be with a lesson learned, right? So I love that. I love growth. I love change. I love it when people come to me and say, hey, I've messed up. Please help me. That's my job. And to do it in a healthy way, I think that's the most important thing.
If you do work at Ogilvy and you're listening to us, give us a call in studio on 061-383-484, 061-383-484. I want to ask if it's true. if you really are, somebody to work with. Megan, when your feet hit the ground in the morning, what sets your heart on fire?
Friend, if I know that I can go to the office for the day, be productive, tick off my list, see someone accomplish something, and to invoice, those are the 3 things that turn me on. It's amazing. Love it. Billing is everything. If you can exceed your targets, it's the best feeling in the world. Our finance manager already knows. Like, I'm one of the first to invoice. I saw my invoice that job before it's even
a phone call, invoice, a consultation, invoice, an email.
That's it, honey. People have to pay for your time. Otherwise, they should do it themselves. That's it.
Yeah. And then how do you navigate that, though, when you get people that are prospective clients and they're probably, this doesn't really work for us. How do you navigate that from a business perspective?
I think everything in life has a target audience, right? Whether you're looking for someone to get on your show, are you launching the Jamison Connect and you need to now invite guests? It's the same with clients knocking on Ogilvy's door. If they want us and if it's going to fit in with our culture and what we believe in and what the brand needs at that given time, then it will work. If it doesn't, then clearly they are not our audience. And a lot of clients come to us, and they say often Ogilvy is expensive, can't, work with this, this thing's going to be tough. We try and make it work, but often it's not meant to be for both parties, right? Because we don't want to, waste our time and we don't want to waste their time either. I think that's what it is at the end of the day.
I think for me in that particular instance, price is the conversation people have outside of value. And this is something that obviously I have spoken about. So it's trying to demonstrate and explain value. If you understand it, if you get it, you get it. If you don't, shout. Dan chickens for and two. Megan, talk to us about some of your earlier influences, even moments in your life that were so defining that even almost changed the trajectory of life, or of your life.
I think growing up, I wasn't too much of a confident child, weirdly enough. I mean, you come across as very confident. You've got the grootbek and, I hate being behind a camera, behind a mic. It's rough for me, So For me, I think the biggest things was when I did achieve something. I'm like, look at that, girl. You did it. Was it that hard? No, it wasn't. Did you make this big thing up in your head?
Right.
And it wasn't actually as bad as you thought it was. Like, I think for me, those bigger moments really got me to where I am today. And it was little things. And I think I've mentioned it before, like being called up on stage and you were awarded prefect, or, being the chairman for your university, after high school, being in the Miss South Africa beauty pageant. Those are big things, and there's a lot of hard work and effort that goes into winning, those things. It's not just something that you do for a day and then, Megan got the title.
Right.
You got to work your ass off, right? So I think for me that was definitely a big thing. And then over and above that, like little milestones throughout my life, being in school, you've got the Monday assembly run, and, the principals would always bring in inspiring people to come and talk to the kids. And I just love stuff like that. I love to hear people's stories. I love to hear their journey. I love to hear, how they failed and then got up again. For me, that was everything. And then obviously I've had a few people in my life that have inspired me. My mom's definitely one. My dad's definitely a go-getter.
Yeah.
I'm very much like him. I love change and I love side hustles. So my dad's very much like that. My partner, Shay, he's a big entrepreneur, and he's really pushed me to get to where I am today. So it's been inspiring to learn from him. Annie Maton, the founder of Ogilvy, I'll never forget, I sat in her office. She didn't even interview me. She asked me one question and she's like, okay, you're hired. And she gave me a chance. And I look back at everything she taught me now, and she is such an amazing woman. You guys need to meet her.
Yeah.
In fact, I hope she's on the show this time next week.
I know a guy. I know a guy. I got you. I got you. I know a guy. Look, before we let you go, unfortunately, I really, really am loving this conversation. We have thousands of listeners right now, and they're like, wow. Any life or career advice you'd like to share with some of our listeners?
Yes, I have two things. So the first thing is, your life is based on choices, right? And it's so simple. If you're not happy with the way you look, as an example, you have a choice to get up, eat healthier, go to the doctor, maybe you got a thyroid issue. You understand, if you are unhappy in your career, you've got the choice to go and study, go chat to your boss, go do what you need to do. So life is based on choices. Use that to your advantage. And the second thing is, everything in this world, honey, happens for a reason. My mom has been the biggest advocate of that since I've been growing up. It's like this morning, I was on my way to an interview, I was rushing, and I was stuck behind a slow truck. And I'm like, why now? You understand?
Today.
But that truck probably slowed me down from an accident that was happening, in the near distance. It's also like the burnt toast theory. Like, everything in this world happens for a reason. You might not understand it now, but one day that little light bulb's going to go on and it's going to make sense. So just believe in that and wait for that moment.
Life's like a box of chocolate. Sorry when you say that. That's Forrest Gump there. I want to give a big shout out to your moms who is listening to us this morning. Thank you very much, ma'am, for having raised such an incredible woman. And people at Ogilvy.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I've got a bit of a shout out.
Yeah.
So I know I'm a bit early. And I know that next week is Workers' Day, so and I hope these Blixums are listening. Huh? They've got to be supporting me on this. I want to wish all of you guys a happy Workers' Day. Thank you for who you are and what you do, and all the hard work and effort and sweat and blood and tears that you put in for the Ogilvy brand, for our team, and most importantly for the brands that we have the honor of working on. I love you guys.
I love you guys too. Megan, my application, can we talk about that? No, it's fine. We'll talk about that off air.
I'll call you when we're hiring, honey.
Well, there you have it, Megan. Thank you so much for taking time out and being with us this morning.
Good.
Absolute fantastic conversation.
Good. Thank you very much.
Well, there you have it. Megan Pritchard, our Royal Hustler this morning. She is the Chief Operations Director at Ogilvy Namibia. When, as they say, Bob's your uncle, and there you have it. Sharp.
Royal Hustlers was proudly brought to you by Namdeb Diamond Corporation.
Good today, better tomorrow.